all you sports fans out there in the tubosphere. Welcome to the One Man Sports Rant Gen 2.0. I am your host, Will, the alternative ESPN, or in this case NBC. Sports Thrill, still from Generation 1, bringing you our Olympics-only format. Okay, so what is the OMSR Gen 2.0? Alright, so just so you understand. From Generation 1, we had 200 plus shows. Excuse me. Covering all sorts of college football, basketball, the NBA, the X Games, and many firsts. The first snowmobile backward flip, how the Utah Jazz had, two #1 picks, or 2 picks, that is to say, in the lottery round. That never happened before. West Virginia's BCS, highest scoring bowl game ever, the fight between Xavier and Cincinnati. I could go on and on and on. So that is our specialty. We do get to the heart of the matter, and we have a knack for catching things when they happen. It's like the first ever, or it's been the first in 20 years, or so forth and so on. Okay, so that being said, you may ask, that's all fine and dandy, Will, so why bother watching? Just so you know, it's not a 15-minute sports highlight reel that you're seeing here. This is a sports talk show. It is the goal of the OMSR to provide sports talk and or analysis in a context or from a perspective that I guarantee you are not going to necessarily hear on any other network, the networks that show sports, quote unquote. Because we don't have to answer to the network, the sponsors, and or the gatekeepers, and in parentheses, the producers. So that is the goal of the show. If you want to see 1 to 2 minute clips on YouTube, there's like 10 freaking billion of them. Seen that a lot over the last 2 years. This is not going to be your cup of tea. So I suggest you just fast forward about 7 to 10 minutes and you will see the highlights. Now the beauty of doing your own sports show is you're able to show a little bit longer clip. It is not our goal to show, a 2-minute clip that gets 1 million hits. That's not the point here. This is a sports talk show only, with brief video highlights, courtesy, in this case, to NBC and the ILC. So they're a little bit longer than you might see anywhere else. But you do have to listen to me for about 7 to 10 minutes. But again, you can fast forward. I'm not everybody's, walk in the park, but, you might want to listen to me due to the interesting sports analysis, given the sports subject that is being covered on each particular show. And on this show, I will get to that in a minute. But now I have to sound like Tank, Neo's operator, supposed to go through all this boring software, program software stuff. Let's get to combat training. Well, legal disclaimers are sort of combat training in a way. Alright. This show is copyrighted to the OMSR with, again, brief video highlights courtesy to NBC and the ILC, as I already mentioned. I do not own those video highlights, but I do own the concept and the content, especially all the original content with it. Alright, so enough said about that. So why did I take down Generation 1? I got dinged by the NFL trying to show some highlights from the Super Bowl. I figured a lot of my subscribers in the past would have appreciated that. Got dinged. Tried to get it removed, spoke to the gal that runs the division, well, that's all they do all day is just look for videos on the social networking sites. She flat out told me they do not give permission, nor ever will, very important, to anyone to show any video highlights from the NFL. So don't go there. Alright, so what are we talking about today? I'd like to go into the sports format, Life Rant Sports Rant of the day. We give a Trooper Award at the end. Alright, so today we are talking volleyball again. Alright, so men's volleyball just lost to Italy. Fortunately for all of us, the One Man Sports Rant is geared towards the heterosexual male. So how fortuitous that these Olympics have sort of come out with women's teams in many a country, especially Team USA. No medals in gymnastics. I could go on and on and on. Men's volleyball just got eliminated. Men's soccer. It's like men's basketball is really the only one kicking ass. So it's much more interesting to watch women's sports. Not that we're sexist here. We do adhere to standards here on the OMSR. But to see athleticism on display in the female form, especially beach volleyball, and you get what I'm saying. It beats watching the Winter Olympics for sure. So we're talking today how Misty May Trader and Kerri Walsh Jennings kicked ass, boom, on China. And it was looking in that first set that may not come about. So on the Life Rant Sports Rant of the day, that's a carryover from Generation 1. I would just have to say, yo man, Team USA, the women have caught up to you. But with respect to volleyball, commentators throughout these Olympics have spoken to the effect that the powers that be that have been in the last 8 years or 12 years, whatnot, you know, and they're on their swan song on their way out because they're in their 30s, you know, and the 20-something up-and-comings are going to kick their ass. You know, I just have to say, no offense to all you 20-somethings out there, but, you know, the 40-something and the mid to late 30-something generation, we're aging a lot better than, say, like 20 years ago. You can still get your groove on and kick your butt. And that's what happened last night. So that's the Life Rant Sports Rant of the day. Alright, so for tonight, showed some great clips of how that match went down. Again, they are brief, but they are a little bit longer than you would find anywhere else. So that's another reason to watch the OMSR. In terms of the sports analysis, we are going to see an all-USA gold matchup, gold to silver. That's going to work out great either way. You see I got the red, white, and blue going on. I got the Misty May Go Dodgers cap. We called it the Todd Rogers and then the Spiker Gibb look, but then they both lost. And my April Ross red shades. Fortunately, they're not Oakley's, but I've got the April Ross impersonation down. I love it. I love it. Remember, they both went to USC at the time when USC football was kicking everybody's butt, and they were kicking butt in volleyball. So I think what she's doing there, she's like looking at him going, and what? And what? Who are you going to serve to? It's a little bit of a distraction. All right, there's a 2-minute warning so I don't go over on time. Go to, boom. Got a minute and 30 seconds left. All right, I always like to say thanks for watching the OMSR. We are tidying things up. I know on the last show I called Oscar Pistorius Alexander once, where I was trying to weed out, you know, what I wanted to keep and what I didn't want to keep vis-a-vis his interview. He looks very Russian. He sounds English, but he also sounds like a Russian dude who was highly educated speaking English with a Russian accent. So I called him Alexander. Forgive me. Alright, we are tidying things up here on the OMSR. I have been doing this for 2 years. I cannot prove Generation 1 because those videos are not migratable, overable, toable, the new account. Alright, so without further ado, we bid an adieu to Eddie, Iron Maiden's mascot. You heard from the album, Iron Maiden, The Trooper. I figured that was the perfect musical intro for all of these Olympic shows because every athlete out there, whatever the sport, whatever the venue, has been a trooper up to this point to get to that point. So the Trooper Award for today goes to Team USA Women's Beach Volleyball. Yeah, that's going to be great. 4 babes running around playing for gold. Alright, thanks for watching. Remember, no silly DUIs while you're out there celebrating your country or your preferred sport. And boom. Later days and more Olympic players. 13-7. Big hit dog. Kerri dog. Kerri dog. Can the Americans put it away? Not yet. Chong-Chi. Misty. Puts it away. The story so far has been the hitting and the defense of the Chinese. It has been great. Kerri Walsh has her first block of the match. Walsh, blocker of the year in 2005, 2006, 2007, 2008, and 11. Today.